Hi, it's Joe Markley. I'm on the steps of the state Supreme Court here in Hartford, and we're about to go in to have the case against the Department of Public Utility Control heard by the state Supreme Court. And with me is my friend Paula Panzarella, who was there the first day that we discovered what was going on with this sneaky tax, and whose testimony was partly inspired me to pursue this.
Great.
So what do you have to say, Paula?
Well, thank you so much for inviting me to the press conference, Joe. I'm with the group Fight the Hike, a Connecticut consumers energy advocacy group. We've been trying to get the electric rates lowered for 4 years now, and we are in full agreement with Joe about the CTA charge being converted to a tax, which is, in our view, unlawful and unwarranted. And we hope that Joe's case is successfully heard and the CTA tax be removed.
Well, I have appreciated your support, and I hope we're victorious today, and maybe we'll have a few more fights together we can wage against the powers that be.
Whichever way it is, I hope that we very soon celebrate happily.
Okay, thank you, Paula.
Joe.
Let me introduce my two attorneys, Doug Dubitsky and Peter Bowman. Peter's with me from the beginning of this case from Southington, and Doug Dubitsky from Chaplin, right? Out in eastern Connecticut, has joined us and been like the cavalry arriving at the last minute in terms of making this work. How are you feeling about it?
I think we have a real good shot at it. Hopefully the justices will understand our arguments and look at the constitutional issues and the factual issues, and hopefully give us our day in court. Hopefully the court will overturn the dismissal, send us back to Superior Court, and let us try the case.
Excellent. Hey, Peter, I keep getting asked by people, are you excited about the case? And I say, I'm too old to be excited. But you're not too old. Are you excited about going into the Supreme Court?
You know, I'm very excited about going to the Supreme Court, and I'm very excited that the Supreme Court came down and basically grabbed this case and brought it in front of them on the motion by the state, but that is not often done, and I think it shows how important this case is to the citizens of Connecticut, and also to you as a ratepayer, Joe, having to pay this, as you described it, sneaky tax, and as our briefs describe it, an improper extension of DPUC power. So, you know, there's a lot of procedural issues that may allow us for this case to be heard, but more importantly, I think there is some real equities here that have must be heard, so that people can realize that, you know, governmental power must be established and clearly delegated and with clear instructions, so that there's some responsibility in the government, so that we are able to understand how taxes are made and how taxes are to be determined.
Excellent. You know, one of the things, we got Zach Janowski is here from Yankee Institute, but it's Zach has pointed out that some small companies are paying literally thousands of dollars a month because of this tax, and municipalities also that have enormous bills specifically because of the tax. So it's not just the residential customers that are hurt by this, but I think particularly struggling businesses here in Connecticut. So it's time to let these lawyers go inside and do their magic, and we will come out and give you a little report when we're done with the proceedings. Hi, this is Joe Markley. I'm outside the Supreme Court where Doug Dubitsky and Peter Bowman just finished arguing the case against the Department of Public Utility Control to try to stop the sneaky tax that has been imposed on our electrical bills. And gentlemen, I will just ask you what your comment is on the experience.
Well, I think the justices really considered the issues to some extent. They really got fixated on the equal protection argument, which frankly was one of our arguments, but not our strongest one. We also claimed that the DPUC was exceeding its statutory authority, and hopefully they really understood that, because that's really the issue. We've got an executive branch agency carrying out a legislative directive in excess of the legislative directive, and we want the courts, we want the judicial branch to review it, and hopefully the court will let us do that.
Peter, anything?
Well, you know, Joe, I think that what Doug said summarizes it well, and the justices certainly gave an interest. It was clear that they had an educated opinion about the case. They had done their homework, as they always do. And I think that's very important to our case, because this is it's a complex case, involves a lot of statutes, a several hundred-page public act that takes a lot of time, effort, and intelligence to understand. So I was glad to see that. And importantly, they looked at it through the standard of the motion to dismiss, and I think a victory for you today, Joe, and for electric taxpayers out there, was the fact that they said that your challenge to this was proper through the courts here, and that this is the proper avenue to challenge this, not through the DPUC, not through their hearings, and the state's admission that that there was no need to exhaust any administrative remedies. Hopefully, can work to that, and will allow for a clear and quick resolution as to whether or not we should be paying this sneaky tax.
Very good. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your help on this. It's been a pleasure working with you on it, and I hope we have a victory to celebrate. And we will come back to you with the result when the result comes in.